Rheinmetall and Harbinger to build robot trucks for U.S. Army. American Rheinmetall and electric vehicle startup Harbinger announced a partnership on May 27 to develop and field a family of robotic and uncrewed ground vehicles for the U.S. Department of War, pairing a combat vehicle integration specialist with a commercially derived hybrid electric chassis designed from the ground up for autonomous operation, the teaming announced from Garden Grove, California, and Houston, Texas. Targets Army modernization programs centered on autonomous tactical wheeled vehicles, contested logistics resupply, and next-generation robotic platforms that can operate without a driver in the vehicle. Uncrewed ground vehicles have moved from experimental programs to urgent procurement priorities faster than almost anyone in the Army predicted, driven by the comprehensive demonstration in Ukraine that unmanned systems operating in ground logistics, reconnaissance, and direct support roles can reduce the human exposure that conventional vehicle operations require. The Army's manned-unmanned teaming concept, which envisions robotic vehicles operating alongside and in support of crewed formations, depends on a supply of autonomous platforms that are capable enough to be trusted in contested environments, affordable enough to field in the numbers required to matter tactically, and rugged enough to survive the punishment that combat operations impose. That last word, attritable, has become the defining requirement. A robot that costs too much to risk losing is a robot commanders will hold back rather than employ aggressively, defeating the purpose of having it. Harbinger's contribution to the partnership addresses the cost and autonomy readiness dimensions of that requirement. The California company designs and assembles its powertrain, battery systems, and chassis in-house, producing medium-duty hybrid electric vehicle platforms priced competitively with conventional diesel equivalents, a cost parity that removes one of the primary barriers to large-scale adoption of electric vehicles in both commercial and military markets for autonomous operation. A critical enabling feature is a fully drive-by-wire architecture, meaning every vehicle function, steering, braking, acceleration, and powertrain management is controlled electronically rather than through mechanical linkages. A drive-by-wire vehicle can be commanded by an autonomous software system or a remote operator using the same electronic interfaces that a human driver uses, without requiring the physical modifications that retrofitting older mechanical systems for autonomous control demands. Harbinger also pairs its electric chassis with a gas-powered range extender that recharges the battery during operation, providing the extended operational endurance that purely battery electric vehicles cannot sustain in demanding military environments where recharging infrastructure does not exist. The hybrid powertrain's military advantages extend beyond range, operating in silent watch mode, drawing only on battery power. Without the range extender running, dramatically reduces the acoustic and thermal signature that the vehicle presents to adversary sensors. Thermal and acoustic signature management has become increasingly important as surveillance drones provide persistent overhead coverage of battlefield areas, and a vehicle that can operate quietly and with reduced heat emission is harder to detect, track, and target than a conventional diesel-powered equivalent. That capability comes built into Harbinger's commercial platform rather than being added as a specialized military modification, which contributes to keeping the cost at a level that supports a attritable deployment. American Rheinmetall brings the defense integration expertise that transforms a capable commercial chassis into a military system ready for combat employment. The company, the American subsidiary of German defense giant Rheinmetall, operates manufacturing, integration, and sustainment facilities in Michigan and is expanding production capacity across facilities in Michigan, Ohio, and Maine in support of its Army program portfolio. Rheinmetall's broader defense pedigree includes production of the Lynx infantry fighting vehicle, the Boxer modular armored vehicle, and a range of weapon systems and mission equipment that give American Rheinmetall direct experience integrating lethal and non-lethal payloads, sensors, communication systems, and protective measures onto ground vehicle platforms to Army standards. Matthew Warnick, CEO of American Rheinmetall, described what the combination of the two companies offers the Army in direct terms. Soldiers need robotics they can trust at a cost that lets them field them in the numbers required to win. Harbinger's drive-by-wire hybrid electric platform is one of the most autonomy-ready commercial chassis ever built in the United States, and combined with American Rheinmetall's deep experience integrating mission systems for the Army, gives the Dow an attritable, sovereign, and rapidly scalable option, engineered here, built here, and ready to fight. John Harris, Harbinger's co-founder and CEO, framed the partnership around the human cost that unmanned systems are designed to reduce. Harbinger has always built for the toughest commercial missions, and the warfighter's mission is the toughest of all, partnering with American Rheinmetall, one of the most capable ground systems integrators serving the Department of War, allows us to bring our autonomous-ready platform at a price point that makes true attritable mass possible. Together, we can give soldiers robotic systems that are affordable enough to be everywhere they're needed and tough enough to do the job when they get there. Most importantly, by taking the driver out of the vehicle with advanced autonomy and teleoperation, we can help keep servicemen and women out of harm's way. Joint demonstrations are expected to begin this summer, giving Army evaluators early hands-on experience with the combined platform before formal procurement decisions are made.